sisters, I'm not sure if you've heard the news, but they're trying to like ban XL bullies. So who's heard about this?
Yep, I've heard about it.
It's everywhere at the moment, isn't it?
It is. Listen, I'm a massive dog lover. Everyone knows. My
Me
beautiful
too.
Sapphire. She's only one and she looks like a horse.
She's my god dog.
That's her god dog. Yeah, you spend more time with Sapphire than you do anyone else.
So what's your thoughts on them trying to ban a breed of dogs?
Listen, I've got a large breed and I just think as long as you train them and you take good care of them, you know, it's your responsibility at the end of the day to make sure that they don't, you know, have behaviour issues and stuff like that. But 100%. I think there is a lot of XL bullies that are lovely. Like, I've met loads that are really good, but then obviously we can't, you know, ignore, you know, the stats on how many deaths there's been and stuff like that. But ultimately, I think it's still down to the owner to ensure that that doesn't happen. And also, we were talking about this, about, you know, they give like parenting courses for bad parenting. I think there should be courses for people with large breed dogs to teach them how to train and stuff. Because it's all good getting a cute little puppy, but all of a sudden, give it 6 months, and that dog is like, especially a cane corso and a bully, they're massive and they are hard. They're dominant, you know. So I think like introducing something like that for people might be a good idea, but then you do get some people that obviously do use them to fight. And that they should be reprimanded. Like I think that people should be going jail for like you should be mistreating animals like that.
Honestly, I think it's a stigma because I've had an XL bully for a year and she's never bit anything. She's never chewed my furniture.
No, they're quite calm
she's very calm. She's good with children, but it's when I take her out, other people want to be antisocial with their dog and they want to discriminate. And if you don't let a dog socialise with other dogs, how are they meant to learn certain things?
That's true as well.
And it doesn't help with like the people, because obviously she was with me, but some boys might buy her for like gang related stuff and they might think it's like an image thing. And some people do train their dogs to fight, but it's not the dog's breed. Do you get what I mean? It's like the people that are raising the dogs and the intentions.
Any dog in the wrong hands can harm a child or anyone really, not just children, but any dog in the wrong hands can harm people. And I think it's more about regulating people owning dogs rather than the actual dogs themselves, because there's so many big breeds. Back in the day I did used to have like pit bulls and stuff like that, and they were more dog aggressive than they were people aggressive. So my dog wouldn't attack people, but it was very dog aggressive. It had a higher prey drive. If it saw any sort of moving small animal, it would go for it. But then I used to just have to muzzle it when I took it certain places because I knew what my dog was like.
Take precautions, exactly.
I think also though, like we need to be being a bit more realistic. Like I've got a Frenchie, so my Frenchie is just a bit.
They're aggy Frenchies.
Yeah, smaller dogs are often more aggy.
Like you come around my house and she just wants to jump over you and play with you and stuff. But dogs are dogs. They're animals at the end of the day. Like they have an instinct. And I'm not saying XL bullies are bad dogs or they're aggressive. I'm hearing everyone say their temperaments are nice, they're soft. But it's an animal. Like I just think we need to stop. When I'm watching people talk about, let's jump in dens and play with like crocodiles and lions and let's do all of this nonsense. Like we're dealing with animals. We don't speak their language. And this is a breed that's killing. Like no one's ever died from a chihuahua bite. Like we need to be more realistic about the capabilities of this animal, regardless of whether they're being trained for fighting. They have the ability to kill someone.
I was going to say the same thing.
But so do cane corsas, so do German shepherds, so do so many other dogs.
They actually have a PSI of 700. That means they've got a stronger bite than a lion.
Exactly.
But what they're saying is, the argument is, that's not the breeds that are doing all of that. Like,
but it's down to training, because people with cane corsas will get the training. They'll pay privately.
So are we saying
train your animals?
You have to train.
No, I hear that. No, I get that. Like just understandably, but the dog they're saying is causing the most harm and the most deaths is this XL bully.
Well, can I just say something?
Because who wants that breed? Look at the type of people that are managing them. But also, they're not your average Dwyer or Chevelin.
But also, guys,
they're gangsters.
No, I get that.
They're in music videos. They're selling drugs. They're doing it. That's true, though, isn't it?
But also, the statistics also need to reflect the rising number in XL bullies that have been purchased as well. So I was reading something about that. So obviously, when you're gonna have more of an uprising in one particular breed, obviously that's gonna scare the statistics. But I do understand what you were saying, Jordan, about the animalistic side of them. It's something that my boyfriend says quite a lot. And one thing he says, he's like, you know, you and again, it goes down to being able, like what you said about having training courses, about how to manage these animals properly, especially the big dogs. Do you know what I mean? Even when Saf takes the lead out of the hands, like she could take that. Like,
Saf takes the lead out straight of her hand.
Yeah, straight. Walks herself. So I think, I do think it's important that we do. I think we need to look at it from both sides. Do you know what I mean? These are still animals. If we look at where dogs came from, originally it was wolves and they were bred down. You've seen that Netflix series.
They're working. But just a quick statistics. From 2001 to 2011, there's only 69 deaths by dogs. Not saying that it's not
69 still too many though.
It's too many.
No one should be dying from a domesticated animal.
No, but this is the thing. So it's not that XLs were killing, but people just deem them as the most dangerous. So I don't know if you heard about the girl that was walking 8 dogs. Yeah. And she was sort of mauled by all the dogs. Yeah. They put down her XL bully and not the other dogs, even though it was all the dogs attacking. But I feel like there's a prejudice. Obviously, they can't say which dog was the main, like all of them were attacking her. But it's like they put down the XL bully. And I just feel like there is a big discrimination just because they look intimidating. But there's far more stronger dogs.
Yeah, there is.
They just get better training.
I love XL bullies. I think they're lovely. I think what they do need to do is regulate a lot more though. They need to stop the breeding. Yeah. They need to stop the puppy farms. They need to stop these Facebook pages that are churning out hundreds and hundreds of dogs, selling them to really like irresponsible owners. I think
they're
that
not
is
being nurtured. They're not being loved. They're not being taken care of. Not being looked after properly. And that's why they're going out doing what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well that's a wrap, girls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's XL bullies.
Like, comment,
Moral of the story.
share our podcast. Bye.
Bye.